Welcome to the M&S very short post-game semifinals.
We'll also call it the World Series preview show.
Wow, two phenomenal 7-inning games. Awesome. Long story short, pulled off two great wins.
Let me jump right into the games. Game one, it was a tight contested affair. It really wasn't a lot of runs scored. It was
2-1 final.
2-1 final score.
And wait, and Awesome scored their 2 runs in the first inning.
That is right. They didn't score a run, and even after that, they didn't score much runs in game two until the last inning of game two.
The real story of game one, if you really want to go, I believe, starting the second inning, every single inning, PepsiCo had at least 2 runners on base.
So Max just started it off. I'll finish it off saying I think it might be an M&S record World Series, postseason or regular season of runners left on base. Ralph Sutton got in and out of every single jam.
The truth is, Ralph got hit.
He got hit very hard.
He actually got a lot of line drives back at Steven Asul and Little Zolta, these other guys in the back end hitting the ball.
Story of the game was
Mo Shama, their defense made plays.
Yeah.
Give Ralph credit too. We did pop guys up in big spots.
But I think storyline of the game was PepsiCo couldn't deliver a big blow whenever it counted all night
Whether
long.
it was a 2-out hit, a 1-out hit.
Ralph was on the ropes, and like you said, to his credit, he got out of every single situation.
The ball was hit hard. It was a team that lacked extra base hits. They got a lot of singles.
Right, so they won 2-1 game one, and then game two, they had a lead already just 3 outs away to go to the World Series, and then miraculously PepsiCo stole a run. They went to extra innings. And then all of a sudden the floodgates opened up, and Austin just scored 4 runs. End of story, game over.
A couple of big hits, a couple of shout-outs for Awesome. Mo Shama had a phenomenal night at the plate.
Yes, he did.
Made a couple of classic Morris plays in the field. A couple of bobbles as well.
And I think
big spots,
he actually wasn't that great defensively, but I think offensively he made up for it, and then some.
Amazing. Shimmy Cohen, a couple of web gems.
Shimmy Cohen looked great, and I think we have them all in the highlights. You can view this actually.
It was incredible. And Ray Estes had a couple of very big hits.
Clutch hit. I think, so Ralph Mendiel sack fly, I think was decisive.
That was a go-ahead run.
So either way, let's preview the World Series now.
Now, we did call this World Series.
Yeah, so actually called PepsiCo to win, so I was wrong. But listen, I think I'm not upset with the outcome. It was an amazing series play just now.
Now, World Series goes down, usually doesn't always work this way. The 1 seed against the 2 seed. So the 2 best are at the end.
So now, so let's just look at
the playoffs were crisp games for the most part. I could see this World Series coming. Rob Solomon and
Rob Solomon, King Solomon's team, which is Sabon, Ali. We went through this team 100 times. Versus, as we were talking about, a Norwood squad, which is really a balanced team, top to bottom. Ralph Sutton, last year's World Series MVP, against Rob Solomon, who has yet to win a World Series. So,
been there.
The question is, will Rob Solomon win his first World Series, or will Ralph Sutton repeat?
Wow.
That's what it comes
down
to.
The Ralph Sutton crew, Norwood and Morris, are the same 2 out there. So they do have a little bit of the same idea.
Yeah, they have the
David
core.
David as well.
Yeah, so David Harari, let's just give him a little bit of a shout out.
Still defensively playing great today.
The Community Magazine Sportsman of the Month runner-up.
Right.
But listen, that team actually looks great. King Solomon.
Defensively they played great, but there was one throwing play that was huge.
Yeah, but they didn't hit. They didn't hit. So either way, and King Solomon didn't click yet, which is weird because they were the 1 seed and they're in the World Series.
One thing you got to give King Solomon that could be dangerous against this awesome team. There's extra base hitters on the squad. Ali Marshall, Solly Cohen, Michael Cohen. Those 3 guys have doubles in their bats often.
I think the key to
that could be scary.
I think the key to this series is Michael Cohen because he's the reason why they won last series.
He's been playing on the move.
As you saw, he was Player of the Week. I think if he goes and he clicks, they click. So that's really what that team comes down to. So
this is really for sure going 3.
So I agree. I think it's going to 3 no matter what.
And Rob Solomon last time out pitched phenomenal.
So I guess I was there. He pitched amazing. So let's just.
He was on his game.
What's your prediction for the series?
I'm gonna guess you first.
So I'm saying in 3 games, obviously, I'm going Ralph Sutton repeating. I don't think King Solomon wins the World Series.
I'm going King Solomon. I think Rob's got something to prove. He's got a lot. If he wins this thing, it's the monkey off his back.
Yeah,
he's
but
been to the World
as
Series.
we've seen,
he's always in the playoffs. Got to the World Series. I think he's really motivated to close the door.
But the one thing he has yet to do is close the door. Let's see if he can do it. Either way,
the defense behind you, of course, has a lot to do with it.
It's going to be a clean game regardless. I believe it's going to be very intense. You have a lot of fiery characters on both squads, and starting with Norwood going down to Sabon on the other side.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, how could you not be? Please, everyone, Fadal Bringle. It's planned on this Thursday night, weather permitting.
Sammy calls Awesome for a repeat Ralph Sutton. I say Rob Solomon's going to have that ring. Thank you. Over and out. Great job. Happy holidays.